Like, comment, share, subscribe, you heard me?
Yeah, you know it. So stuck, man. Yeah. To the gang, man.
They know me in DC, they know me in VA. You know I got shot out the DMV. Zaza Genetics, New Jersey.
Yeah. What up?
What up, man?
Live.
People Earth, man.
Yo, what up?
Man, good to see you here, brother. My brother from
Oh
another.
yeah,
What up? It's good,
Yeah.
man.
too much.
For those that don't, this is episode 10. So for those that don't know my brother Before Earth, won't you introduce yourself, man? Let them know who you are, brother.
What up, y'all? I'm B4 Earth coming in, rolling up a
Yeah,
baddie.
yeah. There you go. And the word in the home grow streets is that he might be one of our newest instructors for Breeder University. So I mean, it's just what I'm hearing. So I don't know yet, but could be he's a very skilled at mycology, cultivation, all that good stuff. Then I got my brother 703 in the building. What up? 703.
Yeah. What up, bro? You know, just
Episode 10, right? This episode 10. What
episode
up with the
10.
chat?
Yes, sir.
I
Hey,
can
this
see the chat.
this is a milestone for us here, man. Episode 10. We've been at this a little while now, man. Excited to bring a good show to them. The title
Yeah,
for
man.
today's show is going to be Tent versus Room as well. So that's what we're going to get into a little bit later. We're going to get into that. We're
Okay.
going to talk
All right.
about
So
it.
that sounds good. Let me see what the chat. Javier, John, what up, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Everybody who ordered
What up?
pre-ordered Molotov Mac, you should have got your tracking numbers, man. So much love to everybody. I am away right now on a little. I'm in the mountains, man. Black Hawk Mountain. I'm in the mountains. So we'll be back, and everybody will be shipped out by Tuesday the 3rd, to be exact.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So how's the trip so far, man? Tell us about the mountain. You guys having a good time?
I mean, it's I'm out on the porch. It's pitch black out here, right? Already, it's still daylight a little bit, but it's already pitch black. So I know it's gonna be pitch black out here. We need a little cabin though, chilling.
What y'all
You got
doing
a
out there?
Just a little getaway. We was supposed to go to Florida, so we probably are gonna end up going to Florida anyway. After we come back from here, probably around the 5th or something like that. So we probably shoot down to Florida for 3 days, and I just got to get the dog situated. That's usually the hold up with vacation is the
You got some
dogs,
hikes and
man.
stuff situated.
Huh?
You got some hikes situated.
Yeah. Well, see, yeah, exactly. So this is a real famous place for hiking and shit. Like they got some of the, and it's a bird of prey sanctuary. So you got all type of hawks and eagles and all type of shit just flying around. So
Oh, that's
people come
pretty
like,
from
dope.
all over
hey,
the
you probably got vultures out that bit too.
yeah, yeah. The people come from all over the bird watch and we right here on Hawk Mountain. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll hit some trails maybe.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
gonna
That's
be
the
dope,
name
Yeah,
of the
man.
what's up
place,
with the
Hawk
chat,
Mountain.
man? Huh?
That's the name of the place, Hawk Mountain.
Yep. And I'm on Hawk Mountain Road right now.
Yeah, you
Strain
out there, out in
keepers.
the wilderness.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I feel like I got a whisper out here. It's so fucking quiet out
Yeah,
this bitch.
yeah.
I'm like,
You're in
yeah,
the
I got
middle of
this.
nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna hear your ass.
You put you a little some gorilla grows out there.
Yeah,
Mmm. Dang, that would have been a good idea, bro. It's that time too. It would have been a perfect freaking damn. That would have been a good idea too, because we would have came back. Damn. It's only like an hour from our crib. That's the crazy thing. I ain't even realize. I guess once we go west. What y'all got planned for the
once you
show
got
today,
out of
man?
Philly, once you get out of Philly though, it gets pretty rural real fast, man. Real
Mm-hmm.
fast. Like
So
Sperryville and
yeah,
all that stuff over there by the prison, man. It's country as hell.
I heard a guy today say breeding with a fem plant won't change the X to Y chromosome ratio of future generations. I don't believe that statement to be true. What are y'all thoughts? Let me read it again. Breeding a fem plant won't change. Um. So I don't. I don't know. I guess your question is a little bit confusing. When you say breeding a fem plant with another fem plant, like are we talking about with a fem or with like two fems? Anyway, let's move on with the show.
Yeah,
We got
we're gonna
Breeder
need clarification.
University about to be applications are open. So if you are interested in Breeder University, make sure you apply, man. Be a professor, instructor, whatever you are interested in. Make sure you apply, man. We'll be having instructor meetings in like 2 weeks, and then I'm shooting for orientation where all students and instructors will be in the same meeting for orientation. Probably want to shoot for within 30 to 60 days. What up, Panero? Yeah,
Panero,
man. What y'all
shout
got
out
for
to
the
you,
news,
man.
man? What y'all got for the news?
Hey, we got some pretty interesting news today, to be honest. So Long Island cops raid 26 illegal weed stores in a week, seizing 15K in products, according to officials.
Strain Keepers with the gifted. Thank you, Strain Keepers, for the super
It's,
chat.
it's
I said gifted. I think I'm on Twitch.
Suffolk County cops caught 26 unlicensed pot shops and act during dozens of raids over just 1 week. They seized 15,000 illegal weed products, officials said Tuesday. The countywide crackdown just began May 20th, but has already seen 44 smoke shops or convenience stores raided as a result, and has resulted in 7 arrests, 5 businesses getting shut down permanently, according to police. What do y'all think about that?
That is wild. I'm telling you, they
Yeah,
just
it's
cracking
crazy.
down on this weed shit, man.
So
Got to really be on point.
Bro,
how how
that's that gray area everybody's focusing on running in right now though, man. They're getting it in till they can't no more, and good for them. But I
I
mean,
mean, ain't that the game though?
yeah, pretty much.
Get in and get out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
these people they ain't getting out though. They just getting in till they get put out. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, it's happening state by state too. I see a lot of states starting to get on board because I mean it was just a matter of time. Everybody should have do that. Like it was even confusing to us who home grow experts and all of this shit. At first, when it first happened, we were like THCA. I was like, I don't want that fake weed. Like I don't research on the compounds and realize like, oh come on, man, that's just weed before you burn it. Like y'all trying to play with us now.
Yeah,
You
right. Yeah,
playing on my top
yeah.
now.
Hey, but it's smart though, for real though, because like they made a way, especially like here in Virginia where sale isn't legal. They made a way that they can capitalize on this weed before all the big companies and the rich people take over. You know, maybe they'll be able to
Yeah.
save up
I'm
enough money during that process to get to the point to where when it does go legal, they'll have enough money stacked already to get in the legitimate way. You know, I mean, that would be my hope for people like that.
Bro, I have no
Or another
idea
thing would
how.
be like the small mom and pops, like they are bought out. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
another way to get money. You know what I mean? Somebody that's like really eating. You know,
yeah, I would
No, to
agree
the
with that. I
that's
mean
wild, man.
that's one thing that happens with the weed community, man. I mean, how many small mom and pops dispensaries have you seen, or are they all big corporate? Like, let me know how it is in your area, chat. Is it like because here there's only like one that I know of. It's called Beyond Hello, but they're all over the place. That's like the spot you got to go is Beyond Hello. But
I,
it's not like your average home grower has opportunity to supply fire to their community through these avenues. They're going to the like these puppy mills. If we were in a dog world, that's what these centers these facilities would be considered, right?
Yeah,
Do
100%.
they do that? Like
Yo,
like
Panero, shout out for the super chat, dog. Appreciate you, my guy.
But there,
so
much
say
love, bro.
so say like you have like a a medical grower, you know what I mean, and they have patients they're grown for, but they grow too much. Do they like sell that to the dispensaries where you're at, or like
Nah,
how,
bro. Like I as a grower would not be able to sell to the dispensary. No, it has to come from a facility, and they do all the testing, and you know.
Those
But I
licenses
mean,
in place for them.
yeah, it's like it's a whole process. There's a lot of like hoops you got to be able to jump through to even get to be somebody who gets to like grow for the medical facilities. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, this QCE though, man, quality, community, and education, man. We bring quality to this community through education. We've been doing it for a minute too, and now Team Zaza and the rest of the gang, we about to build our own university, first peer-to-peer online Canna University of its kind, right here in the homegirl community, for us, by us, for you. So make sure y'all tap in, man, and apply, man. For sure, we got some special guests. I wouldn't say guests, but special instructors and professors that y'all be surprised. Y'all gonna be excited to once we drop them and reveal our instructors. But what you got next on the news?
Um, next in the news. Hold on, I'm pulling up my computer's lagging. I got to hear though. U.S. cannabis businesses licensed down 6% in the first quarter of 2024. So the business licenses that were given out were less this quarter. The number of active U.S. cannabis license continued to shrink in early 24, according to the CRB Monitor, a marijuana intelligence firm that tracks and monitors license and the licenses of the regulated industry. Total active licenses include those regulated for either medical and recreational marijuana market fell from 6% uh, in the first quarter of 2023 and then by 10% the first quarter
Now,
of last year. So
now,
they're
do you
giving
think
out
that goes?
less and less licenses. What were you saying before?
So you saying they're giving it out, or less people are applying for them?
I mean, I would doubt less people are applying. Tons of people want. I mean, the problem is with the licensing, from what I've heard from anybody I know that's tried to go through the process, is being able to show the amount of capital that
You
they
make it
want.
super difficult
Yeah, it's not an easy
for the
process.
average person.
So is it like so the L how it is here? There's only like so many liquor license per county, and say there's like 50 liquor license per county, so there could only be 50 bars or 50 places that sell alcohol in that county. Um, do you think like that's like the same thing with these licenses for the like the weed?
I mean, I know there's a certain amount. I don't know if they break it down per county like that. I mean, I guess it would depend on your local area. Each area is going to have a different answer to that question. So I can't really give you a answer without knowing like where or and then even then I don't know the laws for everywhere. I could tell you about my area. I know they only give out so many, and you have to be there's like so many different stipulations. Like you can't be so close to a school or a library, or you know what I mean. There's like a bunch of different things that factor into where you can even open them, like a dispensary or a facility here in Virginia.
See, what made me ask that question, because it says applications for it says applications. So what I was thinking, that how much ever it costs to put these applications in. I don't know if it's like a non-refundable.
I
You
know
know what
here
I
in
mean?
Virginia it's non-refundable.
And you put this money
Just to put the application in, you have to have at least 10 is a $10,000 filing fee that's non-refundable,
right
whether
now.
you get
Who
approved or not.
like who would think about how many people have like a means, like a your mom and pop little dispensary, you know what I mean, and they're just taking a chance, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
that's what that's going on.
Yeah, no, it absolutely could be what's going on, you know. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat? What's everybody smoking on in the chat, man? Shout out to y'all for joining us tonight, man. For those of y'all that just
We
got
can
here,
smoke
this
though.
is yeah, you're good to go, brother. For those of y'all just now joining us, this is Before Earth. Go ahead, give them a little intro of who you are.
What up, y'all? I'm before Earth, grower, mushroom cultivator. Uh, I make rugs, I guess, on the side. Very procrastinating with that. I guess I can probably be better. There's a lot going on, but yeah, I'm also a
Yes.
proud father. My son graduates in Tuesday. Shout out to all the parents with kids graduating this year. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the parents out here. It is graduation season. So Before Earth is a long-standing member of Team Zaza. Um, just so y'all know, Zaza is on vacation this week. So we told him we would go ahead and run the show and he could enjoy his trip. So I hope you guys enjoy what we got going on here this evening. We will, when we get into the education here in a little bit, be talking about tents versus rooms. That's the theme of this show today. So that being said, I want to know who all in the chat, who's going in a tent, who's going in a room, why are y'all doing it? Why do you prefer one over the other? Let us know. And then I'll let you start to tell them. Actually, we'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. We still got news to read, man. I'm getting ahead of myself. Getting ahead of myself. We ain't at that part yet. Y'all just going to have to bear with me, man. My ADD kicked in for a second. All right, so the latest licensing number marked the fifth consecutive quarter of declines. The number of business permits began shrinking in 2022. License totals declined a year-over-year basis for the first time in 2023 when the number of active permits fell 4% compared to the numbers in 2022. So cultivation is down 7.6%. Deliveries and transporters are down 10%. Manufacturers and processors down 4.3%. Retail dispensaries are down 2.3%, which I mean, that makes sense because everybody wants to be the person who's selling the weed. So they're taking the smallest hit out of everybody. So in my mind, that kind of makes sense. Testings are actually up 1.1%. And then
what's
wholesale and
that?
that's like when there's you haven't seen any of them rooms where they're stacking levels of plants.
Yeah. I kind of thought that was it.
Yeah. So like I mean I've seen it a couple times. It'd be in like a warehouse or something, you know, and they'll have like three tiers of plants all the way around the room or some shit. And it rows down the middle kind of deal, you know. I mean, and you're really only limited by your room size. So like if you had a taller room, you could do more. If it was wider or whatever, you do it a different way. But I mean, it's just a way of maximizing space for a commercial grow. I have
Right?
seen
Because just
people
think about
implement.
how much wasted room there was, before they started doing that.
Yeah, all that space above the plants was, I mean, just dead space, right?
Hmm. Sometimes them warehouses like 50 feet. Your plant, 6 7 feet.
Yeah,
with your tables and all that.
yeah,
That's good,
absolutely.
good,
You
good
could
for your people.
double, maybe even triple your yield that way. So I mean, that's definitely a great idea for like production wise. And now, what's interesting about this and why all this makes like the news is because licensing declines, they come after years of nearly double digit growth in a rapidly expanding marijuana industry, right? So and there's been almost 40,000 licenses issued throughout the US to cultivators, retailers, manufacturers, and other cannabis business types. So the declines, what contributes to that? It could be a slowdown in the number of new markets opening, with not very many places becoming legal this year, or delays issuing license in newer markets. They might just not be passing. So, I mean, it might not necessarily be that the business isn't growing, but there are some factors that kind of slow down the process. And then you got large exits of companies from like markets in California or Colorado. And then, despite the declines, total sales in regulated U.S. adult use medical marijuana markets is expected to reach 32 billion in 2024 and 58 billion by 2030, according to MJ BizCon. So that's kind of crazy, man. That's a lot of money that's going back into the government with all the taxes that they're putting on here. Um, Among the various licensing categories, cultivation experienced the largest decline in the number of active licenses. So between the fourth quarter of 23 and the first quarter of 24, cannabis cultivators dropped by more than 1,500 licenses. That's a lot. And you kind of see how like last week's talk that kind of ties into this, right? So
Right?
like last week we were talking about how the bud prices are just dropping and plummeting everywhere, right? So why would new cultivators want to come in when they're having to sell their products at such a low price? What do y'all think?
Well, not only that, they are losing money. You know what I mean? But people, I feel like if I feel like it's a stand up, bro. I feel like it's a stand up, honestly. Like, cause well, I don't want to say everybody, but there's a lot of people getting into home grows, and if people's growing their stuff, they're not going to buy it. They're not spending, they're not spending their money on that. But what I feel like they're going to start doing, if that's what people's going to start doing, is upping the price on, you know, uh, utilities. You know what I mean? Things that you need to grow that. You know what I mean?
What do you mean, like
Electricity,
electricity?
water. If you use water,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they could definitely up the price on stuff like that. But I mean, that goes up naturally with like the cost of living and everything, anyways. You know what I mean? But when you're in places
but it
where they have this surplus of weed, man, is it even worth like? And this is me, a home grower, asking this question. When you
and that's you're right about that. To
when
just
you can
go out
buy an
there,
ounce for like $20, is it worth doing what we do?
growing,
I mean,
right?
if you're growing for the love of the plant, I understand that. But if you're growing to just be able to smoke and save that money, which a lot of people do grow for that reason. Me personally, I love the plant. I I enjoy growing it. It relaxes me, you know. It's the one thing in my life I feel like I can control the whole way through, you know? So like that gives me like something that kind of is calming for me, you know? But like the average person that's just growing because they want to smoke good weed and they don't want to have to buy it. If you're in one of them markets, is it worth growing? Because I know my electricity bill went through the roof after I started growing. I don't know about y'all, but my shit went up like $150 some months, which is okay for me, you know. But not everybody can afford that. So like at that point, if it's going up $150 and you could buy these $20 to $50 ounces, you know, like it doesn't make sense for you at that point. Would be the real question in my mind. What do you think?
I definitely would rather. I definitely would rather grow it. But looking at sometimes when you get them electric bills and that shit hit hard, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But that little $50, $30 ounces, them come through in the clutch, especially like in between grows and stuff. Definitely come through in the clutch. I'm
Hey
not.
Malik, I agree with you. I feel the same way personally. I feel like the worst weed that's ever came out of my grow tent is better than most of the shit you can buy at the dispo.
I
Personally,
was
that's how I
just
feel
about
about
to
my
say
weed as
that.
well.
I was
The
definitely
worst
about
weed
to say.
I've ever grown is better than most of the shit that I've bought at a dispo. Unless you're on that like exotic tier and you're spending the real money to buy stuff, because you can get some fire out of the dispo that way. I'm not going to hate on them there. But when you start buying these $20, $30 ounces, you know, even though I was just asking y'all if it's worth it, for me, yes, it is, because those $20, $30 ounces, they don't smoke like the shit that comes out of my tent, you know? So like there's that too. I mean, it's it's really personal preference. Hey, making edibles out of the cheap weed and put it all together. Hell yeah. That's one thing you can do. It's definitely one thing you can do. I mean, I don't know. I like the terps, the flavors, you know. I like to smoke on different stuff. And I also feel like if you use different weeds to make your edibles, they kind of pair better with different edibles depending on what weed you're using, you know. So like not all weed is the same in edibles in my mind. I don't know about y'all, but like I feel like certain terp profiles pair better with different things, you know? Like the last edibles I made had a real heavy cherry taste to it. So like I could use that in like chocolate, but it might not be very good, say like on your toast. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever noticed that with your edibles, or am I going too far into it and just thinking,
I really haven't tried too many edibles. I just had some this past weekend. They had like a cannabis expo um in town, and I bought a
you said
brownie, but I
cannabis?
really don't.
Oh,
Yeah, I really
you
don't.
back?
I
There he
really
is.
don't.
Go ahead. You cut out for a second, brother.
I said that I really I don't know. I really don't really like eating edibles. Like I rather smoke. You know what I mean? I don't feel it, and I feel like I have to eat a lot of it,
Feel like you
like a
have to
whole
eat a
cake,
lot of
like
it.
yeah, like a whole pan of brownies. One little brownie that's not doing nothing. It's not doing nothing.
Well, I mean, it all depends on how you make that brownie, right? So, like, if you go heavy on your dosing and you know your tolerance is higher, then you can dose it to where that one brownie would have what your desired dose is in it, you know?
Yeah, I haven't been knocked down by one yet. So
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I've ever told y'all this story, and if some of y'all heard it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell it again. But one night I was at I used to work the pop up venues around here, right? And I was at the pop up, and one of the other vendors across the way had these popsicles. It was 350 millis of fucking RSO in a popsicle, though, bro. I was all good until I got in the car to drive home. I swear to you, I was on Highway 95, which is speed limits in between 65 and 70 on that thing. I was doing 40 miles per hour in the right lane, thought I was flying.
Hey yo,
Bro, I was geeked up. So like if you get the right dose and the right kind, I mean, because I like to think I have a high tolerance as well. Like you get a pack of gummies, I'll eat the whole pack. Most people that just eat one
right,
gummy out the pack. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, but that RSO thing, oh my gosh. That thing had me lit, bro. Like driving down the road in a Toyota Corolla, getting passed by semi trucks like I'm tied to a stump, man.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, how about y'all, chat? Y'all ever had any wild experiences with edibles? Anybody got any stories they like to share as far as that goes? So, how many times have you done edibles, and how much have you done? You say you eat a whole pan and you still ain't stuck. That sounds like
Me?
an 8 hour nap, bro.
Yeah. Nah, bro. I smoke all day. So I don't
I
know if
mean,
it's.
as do I.
Uh,
I mean, I'm a
I,
heavy smoker. I'll smoke. I'll dab.
I'm not sure. I mean, I bought uh maybe like it was a $40 uh what is this? It's like marshmallows and fruity pebbles, like a Rice Krispie treat. And I bought that. I ate half of that, and I ain't feel nothing. I gave the other half away. And then, like I said, I just brought a brownie, and dude said it was supposed to be fire
You
for
know,
real,
the
but
Observer
I ain't
says he
feel
did 1,000 millis and nothing. Shout out to you, Observer. That's wild. I feel like 1,000 millis. I'd probably be fucking drooling on myself. I'm gonna keep it real.
I thought so. I thought that too. This guy at my job, he had like these gummy bears, and they were like 200 milligram a piece. I think it was a 6 pack, and I ate all of them, and no, it was a 10 pack. I ate 6 of them, and I didn't feel nothing. I gave my mom. It was on Mother's Day. I ended up giving my mom 2, and I gave maybe like my kid's mom 1 or something. I don't know.
Hey, Malik says a lot of edibles lie about the milligrams. You take a real 100 milligram dose of tincture, you will feel it. I think he's got a point. How do you trust what's on these packaging for edibles that aren't even legal that we're buying wherever we're buying them? You know, they got stamps. I mean, you got counterfeits running around, even with like the vapes, the edibles. How do you know they are what they are? If you're buying them at the dispensary, you might know. But if you're buying them at the gas station, the corner stores, the tobacco hut, or whatever, Curly says, same as growing. Do it yourself. I feel that, Curly. For real. Hey, speaking of growing themselves, man, I don't know if y'all got to peep, but I've started my outdoor grow on a white pirate. I've been getting lots of questions about how the white pirate does outside. So we're gonna document it this outdoor season and we're gonna show y'all. We're gonna do like a little grow along. I might even do a little time lapse video at the end. So I mean, I'm excited to share that journey with y'all. So far, so good. Even with extra rain in my area here recently, I'm liking the growth I'm seeing out of the ladies out there.
That's
It's
nice.
looking pretty good. I got 8 of them going, and then
Yeah.
I had so funny story, man. I had 8 pots and I had 8 sprouts, and I came out the next day and one of the pots was empty, and then there was 2 of them in another pot. Like, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just dropped an extra seed in that one, or whatever, or if something like physically picked it up and moved it to the other pot, which sounds kind of crazy. But anyways, I
Did you
took those
separate
two.
them back?
No, hell no. I took those two plants and I tied them together. I'm gonna make it a bonsai project this summer outdoors. So
That's
they're
cool.
already like twisted the stems together and all that. So that was kind of dope.
Have you started training any of the ones, any of the other ones?
No, not at all. I mean, they're only about this tall at this point. They're about 14 days in. I mean, well, 21 if you want to count seedling, but the first 7 days, I mean, I don't really count as veg. So they're about 14 days in veg, but day 21 of life. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all do
Yeah, I
that either.
can't wait to get the white pirate. I know they're on their way. As soon as
They
they
are.
come in, I said as soon as they come in, I'm popping them joints. The white pirates from you, I got on its way because I had some seeds anyway. I just sprouted some seeds too. Um, but two of them, I don't know. Something must have been up with I put them on like the little cubes, so I don't know. Some flies got at them or what, but I seen them come
What
up.
you mean the little cubes? Were you in the rock wool or were you in the root riot cubes?
No, there's something. It's not root ride, but it's something like root ride.
Okay.
Let's see right here. Cube plug.
Okay.
Cube plug.
The same thing as like the root rice, just different brand.
Yeah,
I'm
same
assuming, right?
same thing.
Heck yeah. How you liking those? They
They're
work
not
pretty
too
well.
bad. Yeah, they're not too bad.
They
I,
do when they get to you, they're still fairly moist in the bag.
yeah, they're wet. They're wet. I could. That's out the
Okay.
bag.
All right.
So,
All right. Yeah, because I can't remember what brand it was, but I had bought some and they got them. They were dry. I was like, man, what the
yeah,
heck is
nah,
this?
these are pretty wet. They were like $30 at the garden store up the street. So
That's dope.
I think their 72 came in the pack.
It said 72 of them. That's not bad either. So normally when I'm doing hunts of the population of the white pirate, I try to pop at least 20 of them at a time, and really just see how it goes from there. And like sometimes I'll eliminate them before they even go into those plugs, bro. Like, because I like to germinate in a paper towel, right? And if you got a short taproot and everything else is like trying to jump out of the napkin, you might not even hit a root plug in my tent, you know?
Man, look at this. I germinated. I think I should call it, but we could show plants on here.
Yeah, you go ahead, man. You're good. Shit, we got plants show today. What up? Yeah. We kind of just
You
doing whatever
you
we want
can't
to
even
do.
you can't even tell anyway. It's a seedling, but it don't have no true leaves. It just popped up like this.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's been like that for like 4 days. So
Huh. It said wrapper rooters and those types really help with my cloning. Yeah, I feel like too. When I do my clones, John, I like to use those root plugs for sure. That and some Clonex gel for me personally is probably my preferred method. You take it, you get the little Clonex gel on there, and the one thing I do a little different than most people is I will put the the clone kind of in there diagonally instead of straight up and down, you know. And my thought there is that I have more surface area for it to establish roots touching that plug, right? So like that's one little trick that I do personally. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I like to put them into those root plugs diagonally instead of straight up and down, so I can get more of the stem in there. and potentially create more roots, you know?
Well, what I turn them upside down, and I use the like wider side, the thicker side as the base, and then I put them in like a shot, like a Jello shot cup, and
Uh-huh.
I'll cut a hole in the lid, and then I'll stick one of these little sticker dots on there, so I know what clone it, what plant I cut the clone from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So on the lid, I'll just split the lid and put a hole in there, and then I'll put the root. I mean, I'll put the thing. You know what I mean? Inside of here, and put that on there, so I'll know what it is, and I'll have the dot on the mother plant, whatever color it is, so I know
That's
which
the same way
clone.
you were that's the same way you were keeping your agar there for a while as in the jello shots.
Yeah, yep. But this is a week.
It's not bad. Healthy looking healthy looking roots. What plant is that? What cultivar are we looking at?
Uh,
You got the
think this
sticker on
is
it.
yeah.
No,
This is
no. He knows what it is by the sticker. He just told us, and now he's like, I think it is.
no, it's a Soulfire FX3.
FX3, huh? So B4 is one of the guys on the team that likes to run through a lot of different genetics, right? And he'll run just about anybody's gear and he'll see what he finds. And if he likes it, he keeps it. And if he don't, what do you do to it if you don't like it?
Uh, Most of the time, bro, I just let that bitch die for real, for real.
Just let it die off.
Uh, yeah, I just let it die. Let it die off.
Hey, the
If I
observer
don't,
said you got a lot of roots for a week.
yeah.
Yeah, all it takes, man, is the right environment, and them roots will really take off, man. I've had them where I pulled them out of my little clone tray because I use one of those. Mine's a 50 site Floraflex cloning tray. I normally only do about 25 in there though, because I like to keep the little row in between open. That kind of gives me a little bit of room for the plants to kind of grow in that thing or whatever. But that being said, I've had pulled out in like I don't know a week or two, probably 2 weeks. Yeah, at least 2 weeks. If I'm being honest. But I'll pull it out and you got a root hanging off the bottom of the motherfucker that's fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty awesome to see how quick this plant really grows and like the right environment. Because I mean the more I learn, the better I dial in my environment, the better my plants grow. Is what I've noticed over the years. I've been growing on and off since someone was born in 2012. So like since 2011 to now, I've been growing on and off. There was a chunk there where I took a couple years off, but like most years, I grow multiple cycles in that time. So I've had a lot of time and a lot of hands-on experience, and I've tried a lot of different ways, everything from the bro science to the science, and like the biggest elevation to my game, I think, was when I started figuring out VPD, man. You get
You
them
said
plants breathing right, man. They get into stride, and there's not really nothing you can do to stop them at that point. When I clone, I use peat moss plugs and expand and water. After like 14 days, I finally have a root popping out of the side.
14 days.
Damn. Is that like a re-veg clone you're talking about? Are you doing re-veg clones? Because those do take a little bit longer to root, in my experience. But if you're cutting a healthy clone, man, I normally have roots busting out of the root cube in a couple days.
You know what? What with them expendable pucks? I used to use honey, and I used to get good results with honey. I'm not gonna lie about that, bro.
Will you explain what you're talking about, man? You can't
like I'll
just say you used to use honey, but don't tell me what
so
you're
them
talking about, bro.
so them little root pucks that he's talking about, them peat plugs, like
Yeah.
I'll put them in water and then I'll take my cutting and then I'll take a shot glass and I'll fill it up with honey and then I'll dip it in honey and then put it inside them peat plugs and you put
You
it
would
on
dip
like
you would dip the clone in honey.
yeah, dip the stem right in honey, like how you would the Clonex or any like cloning gel. Yeah, the honey
Okay.
works good too.
It worked well for
I
you.
think I had honestly, I might have had better results with honey than Clonex or like that's the only
Yeah.
thing I've ever tried for real. I use like this root stimulator too. I forget what it's called, but it's just like from Walmart or something.
Okay, I hear you. ACI grow dome cut mine down 4 days ago or less. A lot of
Yeah,
people
the
are
rooting.
saying they use a lot of people are saying they use a rooting powder.
Yeah, rooting powder. That's what I'm talking about. It's like a rooting
I like
powder.
I like the I like the gel personally, but I mean to each their own. There's a million ways to do what we do here, and it's all about what works best for you and your environment. So what works for me might not be the best option for you, and what works for you might not be the best option for me. But the great thing about it is this plant brings us all together and we can share all of our experiences and each of us get to teach one of us and we just keep growing and bringing quality to this community through education because we are QCE the podcast. You know what I mean?
what you what you said you were smoking on over there?
So actually, the question, and this is about the time of the show where we will break into our first smoke break. So I'm gonna let the chat choose right now. Should I smoke the Obama runts or do I smoke the Sure Banger? I'm gonna give y'all a second to think about that. Put your response in the chat. Let me know. And I'll get up and break the weed up now and we can get to smoking. We're also gonna put a little bit of music on for the
what
time
was
being while we wait for the chat to answer us.
what was the you said Sure Banger and what was the other one?
Sure Banger or Obama runts? We're gonna put some music on for y'all for a second. We're gonna vibe out for a smoke chat.
Stamina Beats.
Welcome to La Casa, where I live like a king eating pasta. Whoa, bet they wanna stop us, cause they can't top us. Come with me to La Casa, you can stay the night, leave in Mayana. Whoa, mommy looking proper. Call a showstopper. Yeah, you know me, Mr. Show Me Where the Cash at. I'm in the casa with mommy sipping on red cat. Facts, I keep a body where I rest at. Facts, I'm pushing P right off the fitted cap. Stacks, they keep on coming by hundreds. Duffel bag, popping tags. I ain't stopping for nothing. My crib like sacks. Every floor looking haunted. I see dead people call them six fingers. I wanted to sit back. Give her whatever she wanted, Louis V, some Celine, so I'm doing what I please. If she live on her knees, she might get a set of keys. I'm a king in this league, what you need, that's a breeze. They should say I got a lot though, let's pop a bottle. My place lace, look like I just hit the lotto. She say I'm coming pronto, I twist up the fonto. Welcome to La Casa, where I'm the head honcho. Welcome to La Casa, where I live like a king eating pasta. Whoa, bet they wanna stop us, cause they can't top us. Come with me to La Casa. You can stay the night, leave in Mayana. Mommy looking proper. Call a showstopper.
Como se llama, don't matter, the name stacks. And before we hit La Casa, introduce her to these racks. Couple goons, Pistol Street, where them goonies never lack. Take a sip, roll a spliff, she got freaky after that. Duck and snap, got your ex, let him notice where you at. Not the trap, cut relax, kick your feet up on your back. Spend the night, change your life, but you wanna be my wife. Better day, need I say, this is only for the night. Couldn't speak, grab the sheet, started taking all his pipe. This is session and a lesson, I could really change your life. At the price, take a flight, just from whipping all his white. She surprised, cause I grind and I live a boss's life. That's that's a type, I'm precise. Swag drippin' hella bright. 2 chains, not a lame. Hating, don't be sounding right. Pretty thing, where you gang? With the weed up, what you like? Matter of fact, I send the addy, I could pull up where we at.
Welcome to La Casa, where I live like a king eating pasta. Whoa, bet they wanna stop us, cause they can't top us. Come with me to La Casa, you can stay there.
Team Zaza theme song. No power in checkers. Gorillas in the chat. I'm rolling up. We fitting this fucking smoke some. I don't know what it is, but everybody chose. I had like 2 answers. We gonna go with
For the fuck boys who thought they could test, yeah. Moment of silence.
we'll go with this shirt
For the
right
ones who
here.
fake flex and left the game a mess. Every seed got a story, every cross got a plan. We ain't guessing in the garden, we command the land. Pheno hunted through the mud with the nose and the eye. Not every plant makes the cut, and that's why we fly. This ain't pollen in the wind, this is legacy craft. This that late night note taking, do the math. From the roots to the fruit, we define what's next. So if they ain't about the ethics, then they getting on a hunt for the best, won't rest. Team Zaza in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us or you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence for the fuck boys who thought they could test. They drop packs with no purpose, sell dreams to the sheep, but we swim in the deep where the cut game steep. Talking terps, structure, resistance and truth. We build lines for the future. They just chase youth. Clout don't cut clones, hype don't pop beans. Only discipline and grind grow kings and queens. So salute to the real in the room with the light, and a warning to the loud. We the storm in the night. No shortcuts, no skips, no mask. Only passion, patience, and task. So if you see Team Zaza on the tag, just know it's real gas in that bag. I'm on a hunt for the best, won't rest. Team Zaza in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us or you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence for the fuck boys who thought they could test. Legacy for everybody. Some build it, some fake it. But Team Zaza, we breed, we breed.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the little music break.
Who did that joint?
Huh?
Who did that joint?
Dabs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he did. I forgot. That was
Dabs
like
did it a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
Dog out here making music for the community, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, Dad's definitely be looking out, man. Shout out to Dad for real, for real.
Ooh, that's a nice one. Don't know about that. Real
What's
nice one.
that?
So I couldn't decide. There was 2 different answers in the chat, so I just went ahead and mixed them together. It's a little bit of both.
Let's go.
We're going Scherbanger and Obama runs. What's everybody in the chat smoking on, though, man? Y'all quiet in the chat today, man. Come on, give me something to talk about.
Right now, I'm smoking on some wax that I pressed.
Okay.
I washed the plant. Wife of mine, I think I grew it out last October, and it's been sitting in my freezer. I washed it like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, over like the winter, and I just pressed the hash just like this past weekend. It's pretty fire. It tastes pretty good too.
What's it hitting on, man? Come on. Chat don't want to hear pretty good. They want to know what it's hitting on, my dog.
I mean, it's definitely smacking. I mean, it has like a peach profile, and it's very hash taste and it's strong as fuck, bro. It's kicking my ass for real.
Well, don't smoke too much of it. We still got a lot of show to get through, man. You fall asleep on camera, the chat gonna fry your ass.
Oh, you ain't gonna get me doing that.
Hey, the chat gonna fry your ass. What y'all want them to do, man? Y'all want them to do a 3 gram dab or what?
I can't do no damn 3 gram
Y'all
dab.
want them to do a 3 gram dab or what?
I
What
don't
we
have a
about to do?
bagger, bro.
You
I
know
don't have a
what?
bagger. I got one. I just have this little Luca.
Oh, yo, you ain't got a rig? We want to see a 3 gram dab.
That's tripping. My lungs ain't that strong at all. I mean,
Slab dabbing it.
I could smoke, but I can't take dabs like that, bro.
You can't
Or
take
them
that.
little vapes. I don't know. This shit is actually smooth though, for real, honestly.
Look, man, I just lit this shit up. I already got a little resin ring going on there. That's how you know. That's how you know you're smoking the pressure.
What kind of papers them?
Hey, the observer's looking out for you right now. He said, I don't want to hurt the man like that. Just a dab will do with Daz. You know what I'm saying? He said, just give him a little dab. You ain't got to do the big one. Come on, man. I wanted to see him go to the loony bin over here. We was about to get before
Hell no.
locked up on the podcast.
I'm gonna stay right down here on Earth.
He said, stay right down here, 10 toes down.
Mm-hmm. Rooted.
10 toes down. Oh shit. He got Kamala OG when he get back to the house. He's smoking the Kamala, I'm smoking the Obama. What he did with it. Yeah.
So what do you actually grow in 703? Besides
Right now,
you said you
right
had
now,
some plants outside.
yeah. Right now I only got outdoors going. So I don't know. Lots been going on with me the last couple of months. So I had to relocate back to my mom's house and shit. So I'm just in the middle of like, and she already had stuff here that's got to get out of the way before I can put my tent there. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to not grow. So I started outside and I needed to do the observation of my population outside either way. So it kind of forced my hand into doing the next step of my project, anyways. But when I do get going back inside, I'm hoping to be in the next 30 to 60 days or so. My next project is going to be a seed increase for Boondocks glue. We're trying to bring Boondocks back. It's been
You're gonna do a
requested.
seed stock.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do an open pollination on the Boondocks, and then we'll be able to hunt that population down and continue to work the line and continue to bring great genetics to everybody in the community. But what I'm going to do is get the seeds ready, and we'll figure it out with Zawa and go from there. In other news, though, we do have the box coming out. Molotov Mac is no longer on pre-sale, but still available full price on the website. If
Does
you haven't
come with the
already,
t-shirts.
don't give me the line. I'm not sure. I know the pre-order did. I don't know if the regular pack will. I do know T-shirts will be available, but I don't know if it'll be at an additional cost. I mean, either way, that T-shirt is fucking pretty fire, man. I already
What?
purchased one, so
So
I
it's
mean,
just the Molotov Mac t-shirts.
Molotov Mac T-shirt and the strain.
But I'm saying that's it. There's is there other shirts?
No, there's tons of other shirts. We have 703 Grobro shirts. We have Zaza Gaming shirts. I'm talking currently. We have Gold Beer Genetics. We have Zaza Genetics, obviously, and Molotov Mac, Boondocks Glue, Dead Ops shirts as well. I mean, there's tons of shirts available, man. And to add to that, if you can think it, we can make it. So like, if it's not something we have, it's something you want, we can still figure that out too.
That's dope.
But on hand, we have all those designs I just told you for sure. Man, you got me talking too much there before. I don't let my joint go out.
You about to be sleep over there, huh?
Nah, man. But I probably like this thing 3-4 more times before I finish it, to be honest. Get to talking to y'all and not hit it long enough and motherfucker go out and I light it back up, you know. Shit, I've been smoking all day, man. There ain't enough weed in this house to put me to sleep. I'm gonna try that again. I wouldn't mind having some weed that would put me to sleep though.
Does
So
Zara ask? You said something about having boondocks in a photo form.
not available currently. Who knows what the future holds though? I mean, could be a possibility, but it's not available currently. It's only an auto currently. Yeah, Mr. Wes, right by the beach boy. What's up, my brother?
Right near the beach.
Yeah, that's my dog right there, Mr. West. Dropping the gorilla, showing love. My bro. Family right there. All y'all family, man. Shout out to y'all for joining us. You know, I don't know if y'all caught me on this, but I kind of skimped on the news. So let me get back to that real quick. We kind of digressed a little bit. But the Justice Department formally moves to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug in a historic shift. So on Thursday, they formally moved to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug. A proposed rule sent to the Federal Register recognizes medical use of cannabis and acknowledges it has less potential for abuse than some of the nation's most dangerous drugs. The plan approved by the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, would not legalize marijuana outright for recreational use. Drug Enforcement Administration will next take public comment on the proposal and a potential lengthy process. If approved, the rule would move marijuana away from its current classification as a Schedule 1 alongside heroin and LSD. It would then be a Schedule 3 substance alongside anabolic steroids and ketamine, which, I mean, still feels like a stretch, but it's a move in the right direction, if you ask me. What do you think? Before?
I feel like it should be in the same classification as a tomato or a
You feel,
cucumber.
yeah, like a tomato or a cucumber, huh?
I
When was the
mean,
last time you smoked a tomato or a cucumber and got high, man?
when's the last time you ate a wheat plant and got full? You know what I mean? Everything has its own benefits. It's a plant and it grows.
I mean, I
It's not. It's
again,
not. It's not in a.
I'm
We're
sitting
we're
here
not talking
smoking
about
weed, so
concentrate.
I feel you. I feel you. You know what
We're
I'm
not
saying?
talking about concentrates. We're talking about the actual the actual wheat. You know what I mean? You don't have to do nothing to it. You don't have to do nothing to it. Dry it out and smoke it. We're not talking about extracting nothing.
So you're on
We're,
you're
we're
on
the
your cat
steroids.
you're on your Cat Williams shit. So
No,
has your cat
where you
you
getting
said
antibiotic?
you
How you
said
gonna
pop
put
up
it in the
there.
same classification as antibiotic steroids? Where's that come from? Ketamine. Where do you? Aren't them like things you gotta create? You know what I mean? Where can you get ketamine from? It's not something you can just
Fuck,
go
dude.
outside and get.
I don't know. I don't know if you're asking me or if you're like asking a
No, I'm
question.
just
But
saying.
I don't know
I'm
either way.
being real.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Ketamine. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I would agree with you. Steroids, kind of crazy for it to be classified with that as well. but I don't know what the penalty of these scheduled threes are. So I don't know if I
Even
feel like the penalty is just. But I mean, my main concern is like it being scheduled, like you're saying, right? Like, how do you put it? Like, with there being LSD and heroin right now, that's completely out of hand. Like, it's just as dangerous as that. But like ketamine, dude, people trip out and act like they don't know where they're at, and it gets a little different when people are on ketamine, man. Like, I got a cousin that does it. He told me he took a magic carpet ride on a hotel bed the night before the last time I seen him. You know what I mean? Like, does weed do that to you? It doesn't to me.
I mean, if I take a smoke break, maybe, you know what I mean, and I smoke some pressure, I won't have like I won't be seeing shit, but I'll feel like a psychoactive type high. You know what I mean?
You feel a psychoactive
It
type
wouldn't be
high.
like, yeah, I don't want. It's kind of like trippy. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't be getting tripped out smoking weed. Like, but I smoke a lot of similar weed too. So maybe I'm not smoking the same kind of weed as you do, where you get these
but
different
you ever
effects.
take like a tolerance break and then go right to just smoking a fat ass, like take like a couple month tolerance break, and then
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
smoke a joint or a
That
pull,
would
but
be
then
good.
smoke take like a big ass dab and then see how you feel. You know?
I mean, I don't know. I dab regularly, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Because I mean, I mean, I've been on probation before where I was having to go piss test, so I did have to quit smoking weed. Eventually, started smoking again after I got off probation, right? So like, it it definitely hits you different the first couple of times when you're like, I guess, but I don't know if I would call that like psychoactive because like when I think of psychoactive, I'm thinking like mushrooms or fucking acid or DMT, something like that, where you're like tripping. I don't think I've ever tripped off of weed. Have you ever tripped off of weed, man?
It ain't never mess up your depth perception before.
I I mean, I want to say no. I can't think of a time it has, but I mean, maybe. And I just didn't notice it. I'm not sure, bro. Be honest with you, it's hard to say not knowing, right?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I know
I mean,
anything
I
that is like
when I
not normal
when I smoke weed,
would
I get
be.
relaxed and mellow. So is that psychoactive? Would you describe that as psychoactive?
Nah, but you ain't never went for a walk or drive, or maybe not a drive. You can't do that. But you ain't never went for a walk or something. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody smoke. Well, not everybody, but if you smoke weed, you did something besides just sit there on the couch. You know what I mean? So maybe I don't know if you're like walking. Maybe it, I don't know. I can't explain it. You know what I mean? Maybe it. You know how like if you're drunk and or maybe if you're like if you fast and you stand up and you that type of feeling like you try to walk and it's not like a straight line type shit. You ain't never felt like that. You ain't never smoked
Like
and
like motor
was like
skills,
that.
like my motor skills impaired from smoking weed? No, I don't think I've ever felt that, bro. I mean,
No, just like a
I've
eye
got
thing.
I've gotten so
It's not your body. I guess it's like your eyes. You know what I mean? It's like how like I don't know. I can't explain it. Can't explain
I'm not sure. I mean, I know I'd be happy, hungry, sleepy. That's it. You know what I mean?
it. Happy, hungry, sleep. Yeah.
That's it. Happy, hungry, sleepy. But I mean, it affects everybody differently. Like my receptors are different than your receptors is different than their receptors. So like, I'm not saying What you're saying is invalid by any means. I'm just saying that has never been something I personally have experienced. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Yeah.
Now, if you're asking me if I done smoked a blunt and went upstairs in my mama's kitchen and ate every sweet thing I could find in there, absolutely. That might happen once or twice a week. Who knows? Trying to get
And that
better
might
at it. You know?
happen twice a day.
Yeah. So, but you asked me earlier what I was rolling up, man. I've been on these joints here recently. I really like them. I don't know if y'all ever tried them, but there's a fucking zigzag extra thins. You can see like right through them. Like, look at how clear that paper is. You can see my hand on the other side, like through it, real light. So
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm smoking when I'm smoking papers. I like to roll backwoods too, man. But I ain't really been on a backwood budget, so it's easier to roll like a gram in a joint instead of rolling 3 grams in a blunt and having to buy 3 times as much weed. So if I do feel like smoking, like just sitting down chilling smoking, I rolled a joint here recently versus a blunt. And then most of the time I just hit the bowl. What's y'all's preferred method to smoke? Za is on vacation this week, my dog. He will be back for next week's show. Um, we got Before Earth, who is another team member here. He volunteered last minute clutch to help bring the show to you all. So W's in the chat for my man Before Earth. Show him some love. Let him know we appreciate him showing out, and pulling up on us so we can have a decent show to bring to you. Anywho, so we did the news. What's that's I keep asking this, but what are like the new strains y'all are hearing about, man? Because I got 3 strains I want to talk about tonight. You guys ready to get into that?
What 3 strains you talking about?
Tonight, what are we gonna talk about? It's gonna be the same strains that we pulled up before the show. You should have the tabs open already.
Oh yeah, I mean I know that.
So you tell them. You tell them what we're talking about. Go ahead.
The Blue Zushi.
So tell them about the Blue Zushi, man.
That's what we're about to do.
You guys heard of Blue Zushi? An observer got he got the dead ops. He's about 2 weeks out from flower, he says, and it's already got the burnt rubber. And he says he's got like a great medicine smell with it too. Shout out to you, observer. I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, you're posting that plant in the Discord so we can show it here on the show during the community highlight section of the show.
Man, so
Hey, which is a good time to let him know why he's pulling up that strain information. We still will be doing the community highlights this evening. If you guys haven't already posted in the Discord, feel free to jump over there. Do that now. You still have time because we will be getting into the community highlight portion of the show after we do a couple of these strains here.
So the Blue Zushi that I'm looking at, it just says that it's a clone only, bred by clone only strains.
Okay, so that's a cut. That's a cut. That's been running around. What's the lineage on that, man?
I'm about to look right now. It says the original Z and Cushman's. The original Z, yeah. The original Z and Cushman's.
Hmm.
So
Phone's blowing up.
with the original Z, is that this right here? Grape 8
Hold on.
and,
Let me
and
see if I
grapefruit.
put. Let me see if I can pull it up for them so they can kind of see what we're looking at. Um, all right, can they see that now? I think they can see that now. All right, yeah, here we go. So we're looking at some lineage here, guys. Um, this is the Blue Zushi lineage, right? And I'm gonna pull it up so I can actually read it. Um, so the original Z, which is grape ape times grapefruit and an unknown strain. Um,
So what is that? Just
this
a bag tea, unknown strain.
I mean, it could be anything, bro. It's hard to say. That so I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and it's kind of a good point to make, right? So as you like down here as we get into some of the older stuff, because I don't know if you guys have all looked at lineage, but this is a lineage chart right here. It basically shows you where the strain started, right, on both sides of the family tree. So you got it goes down to Afghanistan on this one. And it says Afghani, probably the Neville cut. Okay, so you go there. But when you get to these unknown strains, like grapefruit, it says unknown strain, unknown hybrid. There's no information on it, right? So like nobody will ever really know how to make that strain again because it wasn't documented correctly, right? Or something similar to it, or find something within the same genotype, if you will, or something. Um, but like that unknown strain, you find that a lot in a lot of the older stuff, right? Like where are we at? Like this shit right here. Look how many crosses was involved in this Cushman right here. Look how many it is. That whole page right there. It's all everything to make Cushmans and the parents to get the Cushmans.
So you think that them little unknown plants, them are just outcrosses?
I mean, it maybe it could. Who knows? Nobody knows what it is. It's unknown. You know what I mean? So it's going to be something different, more than likely, because they don't know what it is. And if they knew what it was,
Someone's favorite.
you know what I mean, it would be listed. But like, you got a lot of tie on this side, though. I just realized that. Oh shit, purple tie, Afghani. That's the floral line, which is DJ Short's flow, I believe. Yeah, Temple Flow. Yep, that's crazy, man. It's
It's a thousand
insane.
ships in there.
There's a lot of different stuff. You got
Yeah,
Master Kush, Hindu Kush. Um, see this one. This one's a really, really good example of like how much it can take to get to this. Like if you're looking at this, each of these is a cycle of a growth. So I mean, how many years are you looking at documented right there? Like how many generations? Like this was not too bad though. It doesn't have a bunch of unknown, but there's definitely some unknown in it. A lot of times, especially with like some of the older Cali stuff, a lot of it goes back to what they call Emerald Triangle. But that like there's some people that know what it is, but it's not documented. You know what I'm saying? And
man, there's a lot of bubble gum in that shit too.
yeah, there's a page of bubble right there to get the sour bubble. I mean, it's a lot that goes into these strains, man. Like when they're doing this, but like if you think about it, like from an aspect of like a responsible breeder, right? This right here is over 100 years of work if you're working everything in between to get to here. You know what I mean? Because each of these you're gonna have 5 to 10 years to stabilize and get what you really want and lock it in and make sure it's 100% ready. So, I mean, each of those lines, you're boom, boom, 5, 10, 15, 20. You know what I mean? It adds up quick.
That's crazy.
If you're doing it ethically. That's all I'm saying, you know. But whatever. I mean, that's what it is.
So when did they
Um,
start naming these seeds? Like,
and then you said what?
when did they start naming the seeds? You know, like how would you how did
Dude,
they like
I don't know who comes up with the names, bro. I ain't got an answer to that. But what I can tell you is, like, if you make the population, you call it whatever you want, more or less.
but when
There's
did they
good.
start making names for it? Like was it 1900 they start making, was it 1800 they had
Uh,
was Fire OG BX3, you know what I mean, like Durbin,
I'm,
you know what I mean,
I mean,
Durbin always,
you're talking like the 60s, 70s. That shit started happening. Durban's been around forever, but like
that's like 60
that's
years.
like some that's like some old school stuff, you know. Like Durban's real old school. Speaking of Durban, though, that's in this lineage. You see how this one's not nearly well. Oh, never mind. This another crazy one. All right, so you got Sherbanger. Sherbanger's lineage isn't too crazy, right? That goes back to Afghanistan, and I'm not seeing any gaps in between there. So, like,
Bro,
Sherbanger is Sunset Sherbert and Headbanger, and Headbanger is Sour Diesel times Biker Kush. Biker Kush is Hell's Angel OG and Lucifer OG. Hell's Angel was OG Kush and Blackberry. Blackberry was the black in Afghani. The black was Afghani times Mexican land race times green Vietnamese.
that's the
Nice.
same Blue Zushi lineage.
No, this is the next strain, buddy. This is the black maple.
Black Maple.
Yeah, this is the next strain. This is black maple. But the Sherbangers lineage is pretty solid. Goes back to San Fernando Valley, OG, old school Cali staple strain, and Afghani number one, which is Afghanistan times Afghanistan. So you can pretty much take that all the way to land race on the Sherbanger side. I like to see that kind of stuff. You know, you don't have a bunch of unknowns in there. That's pretty sweet. Has anybody
But there's also
smoked?
like
Has anybody
a
smoked any of these strains yet, though?
I kind of want to get this Black Maple now that I read this, honestly, because this it has like a long ass, you know, backstory and everything else. Has everything on it. Shit.
Which one?
The that Black Maple
Yeah, the black maple.
by Maple. I mean by
Yeah,
what is it? Bloom.
that one's by
By Bloom.
Bloom. Yeah, that one's by Bloom. It has pretty good lineage caught up on here. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know, let's see. I guarantee there's some unknown on this side, though. There's got to be on this side of the tree. You, you got
this shit
forum.
is probably fire as fuck.
You got forum cut. You got sour bubble times NYC diesel. Okay. Yeah, there's unknown. Diesel bag seed, unknown. They went with the bag seed for the old school man.
Hey yo, that wedding crasher is fire as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the forum cut, bro. I got a thing for the forum cut. If you know anything about the forum cut, that thing's supposed to be pretty legit. I never grown it, but it's in a lot of strains that are like bangers nowadays. It's like one of the staples of its time, I guess.
Bro, everything have an
But,
unknown. Even like the sour diesel, like the New York sour diesel joint, that should have an unknown in it.
yeah, observer. We look moving forward. It would be a lot nicer to be able to have a community that was able to document their breeding a little bit better. But you can't fault the people before us because when they were doing it, not only were they the pioneers of and creators of a lot of stuff that has brought us where we are now, but they were doing it completely illegally. You know, it was like some outlaw stuff. So like sharing that information and writing it down would be like not a smart idea for them. So you got to cut them a little slack there, I guess. The chat is saying I've done my best to ignore a lot of the new stuff coming out. I like the old school smells and tastes. That's one reason I'm so excited for these dead ops. I got 2 land races in it. Yep. Yeah, you got 2 land races and 2 legacy strains. It is it's a really nice plant. You're gonna enjoy it. It says nothing beats the old school. It's got this whole nostalgic thing to it for me. Yeah, so I mean I do like old school smoke as well. Um I have some like old stock of
But what old school, bro? Because for real, like,
I mean it depends your age, right? That's relative. So, like a person in their 30s or at the tail end of their 30s might tell you something like skunk or white widow or white rhino or northern
bro, when I
lights.
started smoking weed, everything tasted like fucking oranges, bro. I hated it. That's why whenever somebody talk about they have like an orange taste in weed, I'll stay away from that. I used
Yeah,
to hate that.
Bubba
Yeah,
Kush,
that
M
that brick
Dog,
pack.
you know, sour diesel. I mean, it just depends where you were from and what age you are, I mean, that's relative right there. It really just depends. But I mean, old school wouldn't be cookies, anything cookies, with like
Yeah,
the Girl Scout cookies or any of that, the Thin Mints. Uh, Amitoba said chocolate tie, Jerry Berry. I'm 50. Those are old school classics. Chocolate tie, huh? What about the cherry tie? Anybody ever had the cherry tie? Or do you currently have the cherry tie? Because if you currently have the cherry tie, we need to talk in the background.
wow.
If you
What's that cross?
cherry tie is like a old school lamb race, bro. Cherry pheno. You know what I mean? From Thailand. They had all kinds of Thailand weed back in the 70s and early 80s, right? There was a lot of Thailand weed back in the day. I do know that. You want the old school skunk spray back.
That right
Lamb's
there.
breath. Lamb's breath was Jamaican weed.
Old
I
school
have
stuff.
old school skunk's badass. I love it. GMO is good. I mean that's like new school, but if you're a skunk liker, GMO's not bad. It's kind of funky. It's just different.
There, I grew out this one from Affecciato, I think it's called Humboldt Affecciato, and it was a GMO and biscotti cross. I think it was I forget the name of it, uh, but it was fire as fuck, and it smelled like somebody's armpits. You know what I mean? It was bad. Thing. I meant to keep. I wanted to keep the cut, but I ended up losing it. I kept the wrong thing. You know what I mean? So,
Right?
but I still got more seeds.
What do you mean when you say you cut the wrong thing, though?
Uh, like So before I come up with the little sticker dot, the little dot sticker method, I identify the cuts. I just was cutting them just to make sure you know what I mean. I didn't have to plant no seeds. The shit was already fire. You know what I mean. So I would just cut them and have my little clones, and then if I didn't already fly them out. I'm like, oh, well, this is fire. You know what I mean? If it wasn't, then that's why I said it. If I once I cloned it, and if I know it was trash, I just would let it die. You know what I mean? I would do a stem rub and be like, oh, well, this is that, or that's this, or sometimes I'll just clone the wrong. You know what I mean? I'll take clones and I'll think that I had the clone, like I did a couple times. I did that a few times, bro. I missed a whole bunch of I missed a whole bunch of shit up.
Yeah. Cutting clones was terrifying for me in the beginning. I don't know about y'all in the chat, but like in the beginning, it was just like my brain wouldn't understand how to do it. But then, like, after I did it, I was just like, damn, really? It's that simple type vibe, you know?
The heat map makes the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, the heat mat and humidity, bro. I mean, as long as you keep them warm and moist, you can pretty much. I mean, I very rarely have a plant fail to root at this point. Very, very rarely. It's just too easy.
My one guy says he just puts the stem into cocoa. That's all he does. He don't do nothing else.
I
He
mean,
don't do that.
that works. That works too. I mean, I don't. I I never tried it that way. You know, I just with the availability of having Clonex, you know, and like I guess the extreme love I have for the plant, you know, like I want to treat it the best I can when I'm growing it, right? So like there's two different mentalities for that for me though. You got the grower and you got the breeder. Because when I'm breeding, I wanna like smash and destroy everything so I can find the ones that really deserve to make it to the next round, you know. And then when I'm growing, I want to baby them and make them as beautiful as I can, you know. So like it's just two different mentalities. You have to approach both of those things differently. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty mean to my
Definitely.
plant.
You're pretty mean to your plants.
Yeah, I'm pretty mean to them. I be breaking them. I be bending them. I be doing, putting air on them. I be doing all type of weird shit to them.
You're an abuser.
Most of the time it be on accident, knocking them over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just knocking them over. I don't know. So my last grow. Speaking of plant abuse, my last grow, man. Somehow I forgot to zip the tent, and my daughter went in there. They were just seedlings, but she went in there and tore every single one out. Was digging dirt out of the pots, man. I opened my tent. It looked like a massacre, man. It was so
Yeah.
bad. It's so bad. and it was all my fault. So I couldn't be mad at her about it. You know, she's a little baby, and I learned a lesson that day. I always zip the tent up, no matter what. You know what I mean?
That leads back to the actual show. Like
It does. It does. You like how
like,
that went?
yeah, I
That's
mean,
pretty
so
slick.
what do you what does the chat grow in a room or a tent? I like this. I use both, honestly. Um, what happened was with me was last year actually I tried hydroponics and I wasn't prepared for the vigor of the plant and it outgrew the tent so fast and I didn't know what to do. So I just had to take it out of the tent and put it in the room. And that's how that started.
Yeah. So I've had many different phases of my grow. I've done closets, I've done tents, I've done rooms. Um, Obviously, there there's benefits to each way of doing it. A little closet grow doesn't require a lot of money, you know. A tent you get into a decent amount of money, you know. But then a room, you're spending some bread if you're trying to really light that thing up and have everything you need. So I mean, it's all personal preference, in my opinion, as far as like what you're gonna use. I'm not gonna tell you one way's better than the other. I can tell you for me and my growth style, though, I'll go with the tent. It's real easy to keep your environment locked in. You know, it's budget friendly, and if you have a big enough tent, you can still grow plenty of weed.
The best thing about that is the maintaining your VPD. That's
Yeah.
what I like with the it was easy to do that in a tent and it's if you don't have the right stuff it's a little bit hard to maintain that in a room if it's not
Yeah,
sealed off if you don't have the right ventilation.
absolutely. And like it depends your living situation too. Not everybody has a whole room, but you could pretty much always find somewhere to put a tent and squeeze that in. You know, you might not be able to have the 4x4 or the 5x5 or the 4x8. You know, that a lot of people have, but you could fit a 2x4 just about anywhere. You know, 2x4 was a good tent size too, and that's coming from me who's in a 4x4. I feel like having two by fours probably would have been more beneficial than having one 4x4. What do y'all think?
Yeah, absolutely because you'll have a two separate a flowering spot and then a vegetation spot and it's the same cubic feet, you know.
Yeah. See, now that's where I don't know. Like, I like to personally. So if I veg in a 2x4, I like to take whatever's in that 2x4 and flour it in a 4x4. You
Right,
know,
right.
that's what I would like to do. So as far as doing it like veg here and flour there, I don't, there's not really a benefit there. I just like it as far as ease of training and watering, you know? Because if you get in a 4x4 and you don't have access to all sides of that tent, it can be a bitch to water, right? I mean, but when you get into that two tent situation, now you got filters, you got more stuff, more power running. You know, it's it's. I mean, there's ups and downs to either of those scenarios, right? Now you got two lights you're buying versus just one. You know, shout out to you in Ohio, bro. Thanks for joining. They said I'm ripping 3 2x4s because of space, and I'm finding was grow. Uh, I don't know what it means there, but he's running 3 2x2s. 2x2. Okay, so little square tents. I got you. Yeah, those. I mean, whatever works for you and your space, man. That's what you got to do. You do what you got to do for sure. Finding ways to crush it. Absolutely, man. I mean, if, as long as you can figure out how to make your environment ideal for the plants that you're growing, I mean, that's when you're really gonna start to see the true and maximum potential of the plants and the genetics you're watching or you're growing there. I mean, watching is just the way I think about it because I'll be looking at everything. But either way, um, what else do we have? Jesus, man, this phone has been quiet all day. Sorry about that, guys. So everybody in here is on tents, really? We're all on tents. We got nobody who grows in a room. I was hoping there was going to be some kind of debate. Everybody seems to be on the same page as far as this goes here. I like the tent personally, though. I will say that. Our room's cool too, though. I've done it before. It's nice, the extra space, just a little bit more cost involved with it, you know? What do we got? Uh, Discord. Everybody make sure they tap in, by the way. If you didn't get your Molotov Mac, feel free to jump over to the website. It is still available. It is no longer at the pre-order price, but it is available for you guys. So don't feel like you missed out. You can still have time to get your Molotov Mac. Yeah, absolutely, Observer. It's all about the space you have, man. Really. I mean, in a perfect world, I would have a entire house full of plants. I mean, at that point, obviously, I could smoke as much as I wanted, whenever I wanted, but ordered yours and can't wait. I mean, either I actually ordered one as well, so I'm looking forward to it. Um, it was something I've always wanted to get from him since I joined the group, even, so like for it to come out and be available to the public, it's very, very exciting to me. I think that we're all in for a special treat when we receive that one. Calculators Mac 1 to dead ops. I can just, I can already tell you that's going to be real good. It's going to be some fire smoke for sure. For sure. I'm excited for the pick. Thank you. It's perfect for my space. Absolutely, dude. I think you're gonna like that Memphis So Pack too, man. It was one I was actually gonna run, but I never got around to it. And I got a bunch of stuff sitting, you know, that I don't know that I necessarily ever grow. So like you guys want to see what that is or anything, I think I should put it on the website for the auctions for you guys to be able to bid on. Put some W's in the chat and let me know. And maybe we can make that happen. I had to light that thing back up. Said growing this plant is absolutely addicting. Absolutely. If you love plants growing, period, and growing what you want. Most stuff. W's in the chat. They want to see what I got. Yeah, I got some stuff. I got a lot of stuff though that I'll say this that was purchased prior to joining the group and like really knowing much about how the seed business was. So like a lot of this stuff is just like stuff that seemed cool to me at the time, you know. It's not necessarily like some crazy heat or anything, but I mean it's some stuff you might find some gems in for sure, but you might find some bad stuff too. Who knows? I don't know what we're looking at on this screen. It looks like a King of Hearts hanging on the wall. Is that King of Hearts chat? And a fan, a box fan. It looked like maybe with some. I don't know. You might got some stuff rigged up over there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta run out real quick and meet my cousin.
He'll be right back. Most addictive thing for me is growing by far. You're addicted to growing. I don't know that I've ever heard anyone put it that way. Unbreakable. I got so many seeds, but once you see the difference, it is hard to go back. A lot of stuff definitely isn't getting popped. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? I agree with that statement. It's hard to put something in the tent that you can't 100% trust because you put so much time and effort into getting these plants to where they are just for them to like let you down in the last lap of a race. It's tough, man. It's so tough. I don't even know how to like. What do you do at that point? A lot of people try to limp through, finish the plan out, end up putting seeds throughout the tent or whatever it may be. I mean, but there's a lot of letdowns you can run into homegrown too if you're not careful. I mean, I see pests. Hell, I battled bugs before. That was no fun. It's a Muslim pick. Oh, okay. 10-4. I see it. It looked like a fan. I'm high. My bad, dog. I see it now. That is exactly what it is. So it's not what I would have thought of immediately, but you are correct. So what we got here? We got to get into the community highlights. Has everybody had time to post this week? Let's see. Let us see. Community highlights. Discord. Over here. All right, so we are in the Discord. It's from last week. We got Craft Organics outside. Looks like he's got some stuff trellising here. Okay. If and one of them little, I don't know what you call those things, but It'd be like the outside garden. It's like a half circle type deal.
All right, I'm back.
What's up, big
Cold
dog?
as hell.
Huh?
It's cold as hell out there. Wasn't ready for that.
Nah. Where you? You're up in the mountains, though, bro. You probably. What's
Uh,
the temperature out there right now?
Probably like 50, maybe. Probably like, I don't know. I'm probably tripping. It's probably like 70, but it's cold to me.
70s cold,
I mean, it's not, but it is to me.
right? It's all about perspective, bro. All about perspective. So we're just looking at some plants now, man. We're in the Discord. This is Craft Organics Outdoor Grow here. Looks like he's off to a good start here. What else we got? We got Ganja Grimes. Shout out to Grimes, man. We're pulling up
Oh, see?
Discord.
47. That's what it says. Oh, no, that's
Outside?
the,
Damn.
yes, that's 47.
You got some dark leaves on those, man. I like the color of that. Weed looking pretty good too. Nice grow he's got going right here.
What is that?
This is Grimes. There we go. Zooming in on stuff. Some frosty weed, man.
It say what it is?
I'm sure it does. Hold on, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's see if he gave us the caption. But if this is what I think it is, it's Blessed
It's
Coast. It's Blessed Coast. Sour and Mac or so. Sour. I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but I hear something like that, I think. So that's that one.
Donna Jones out there cracking up.
Night video. I don't want to focus. I don't want to give us a video either. Just a screenshot. Hold on. It's taking us to a different screen. Can y'all see it, or is it just on for me? It's a nice looking plant. He's doing his thing over there. Growing some good weed. Shout out to him, man. DA grower, man. He's down. He's a couple hours away from me, but he's still out my way. Shout out to Ganja Grimes. You guys give him a follow, man. All right, so that is our outdoor section. What do we got on indoor? We don't have much content this week, guys. We can use you guys post them. And here, hashtag QCE if you don't mind. And it makes it a little bit longer of a section for us to go through, you know, man. But this is Amitoba here. These are his ladies looking crazy over here. Crazy.
Oh, he's the one with the craft organics.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what he get. Look at BWC.
Man, hell yeah, it's freezing. 47 is cold, bro. The heck? 47
Hey.
is definitely.
Hey, chat, it's 47 cold. It's 47 cold to y'all. I mean, I don't know. It might be cold. I might be the weirdo. I don't know, but 47. I
47.
might 47. I might not even have a hoodie on, bro. I might just
Man,
be
10 more
chilling.
degrees and it's snowing, bro. What is you?
Nah, it's got to be under 32 to snow, bro. 47's kind of like fall or
Yeah.
early spring evening type vibes. It's like thin hoodie weather, man.
When it was just 90 degrees last week and it's 40 degrees this week.
I'm now that's trippy there. I'll agree with you there. That is trippy. I'm liking your
What's
setup
that?
over
Some
there,
Mac
dog.
right there?
Huh?
What was that? Some Mac?
Nah, let's see. He said plants being able to take a bath. So his 6. Tony Green, 91 cam times sour bubble on the top right. The rest were boys. And I chose the best of them. Top left and down is mass medical valedictorian. The remaining 3 are potent bag seeds. The Foresights has top berry farms, cherry poppers, bottom 2 original sensible seeds, Blackwater. I topped them all. Some are ready to tie down. A couple were not. Okay. Yeah, I mean he said what it was. I mean, it's a lot of different stuff he got going on over there. Looks good though. Looks good. I like it. His setup's clean.
I
He's
like
got
the little air tube.
a lot of variety. All right, what we got here? Freddie J. Freddie J got a little PVC trellis set up. He said, "Let's
What
go."
he built that homemade?
That's what it looks like.
Them little elbows are expensive. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, but what does he got there? $30 to make his net, and then he can reuse it over and over and over again. It looks like he can hang it up off of that too. So, like, once he chops down at the stem, the plant's already grown into the hanger, so he just like throw a rod through it and hang it upside down more than likely.
Turn the whole thing upside down.
That's what it looks like to me, at least. I don't know. Nice little setup. Might
Yeah,
need to
that's
see what
good.
might need to see what's going on there.
That's the only photo, just that one.
Oh, is that plant? I think. Let's see. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh, I didn't see you have the net up there.
Yeah, trellis in it. Trellis in that. So I'm kind of torn on the trellis net, and I'll tell you why. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Okay, it works great. It's wonderful. Awesome idea. You know when it is not a good idea? When you have
Tell him.
when you have a 4x4 that you can only access the front door to. Because when you try to get to the back of that said there 4x4, it's not very easy.
Well, that's probably when lollipopping and all that. That's probably what started that. You know what I mean? Because people couldn't reach them back plants. I mean, maybe I don't know because it seemed like tenting. Growing. I don't know how long people been growing in the tents.
I don't know.
So, but that probably could be why people. Another reason why people lollipop besides airflow.
Yeah, it could be for sure. Airflow for sure. I mean, I don't know. You see some pretty intense lollipop in those sometimes.
That plant, I don't know if I probably would have let it. Like I don't know if I would trellis right there because he would probably still have more time to fill in that area right there. Right now, he could probably, um, bend the branches lower and move that trellis lower and fill that tent like in a couple weeks instead of like a month. That's probably like a month more of veg, maybe.
Well, I mean, depends how vigorous the plant is too. Hard to say not knowing. I mean, it depends on his conditions, his environment, and the type of genetics he's working with. But I mean, either way, I like the idea of this nice little setup, and I appreciate him sharing that with us.
Yeah,
Him
that's
giving me a
definitely. Oh
look.
yeah,
There's another angle. Hmm. I got cotton mouth like a motherfucker, guys.
I definitely like that little setup for like one plant.
Yeah, like a bucket setup.
What is that hydroponics? I thought that was soil,
Well, I can't really tell. It looks like it, kind of maybe. Not
like a
positive.
like a DWC type shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Um, I don't know, same guy. It's all dead ops, though.
What's that picture?
This one?
Yeah, I can't really see it. Oh, that's just like a fan or a heater.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice little workstation. Oh, you got two of them. Them is two different plants.
Yeah. It's dead
Oh,
ops, too. It's all dead ops, that's it.
oh yeah, that's dope. I thought that was multiple photos of one plant.
Uh, oh, shit. Look at this. I guess this is all inside of here.
Hey, that's crafty as shit. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We got some banana butter pie. What y'all thinking about the banana butter pie? What we got going on with that? Let's
Look at
see.
the frost on it. Where's that from?
I don't know where it's from. I know that Rock Solo posted some banana butter pie, my dog.
That shit looks good though and healthy.
Yeah. Getting some frost on the little fan leaves and sugar leaves.
That little grow box is hard as hell. I'm not gonna lie. That's nice.
Uh-oh, John Lindsay. John Lindsay with the right now entry. He said CBD, blueberry, green crack, black cherry soda, bubble gum sherbet, all gas, and blueberry muffin. So he got the cuts right now. He's ready to go. Everything labeled. You like to see that, man. Good for you for being organized, John. Shout out to you, bro. That's dope. What do you got these in a little tote
That's
right
dope
now?
for growing CBD. You know what I mean? Like that's some for real medical shit.
Yeah. Got the
Have you
CBD
ever
tote.
grown out CBD before?
Negative. Not
You ain't
purposely.
you ain't grown out just to see if it even get you high, maybe.
No, never. Never. I think I smoked CBD once. One time. CBD weed. I mean, you don't get high like that. Not off the CBD weed. But I don't know. Like I said, it says 81 degrees and 71% humidity or 75, 75% humidity. He's got it going on in there. That's probably why he's in the dome, because he's rooting and he's trying to keep the humidity up. Pretty dope, man.
Were them re-veg?
They didn't look re-veg. They looked like clone cuts. I didn't see any flowers on them. Canuck Northern Lights Auto and 420 Strawberry Gorilla Auto by John. Okay, he's got some autos going. We see you over there, John. John ought to stay active in here, man. All right. So that right there, I think that wraps up our community highlights. Nobody really posted much this week, guys. So we are QCE, the podcast. That is the community highlights. If you want to be featured on the show next week for the community highlights, man, all you got to do is join the Discord. Make sure you're posting over here so you can be showcased on the show. And yeah, if you need the link, we'll make sure it is in the description to this video afterwards. What else do we got for him tonight?
Looks like a giveaway.
Yeah, we got a giveaway, but without Zal on the computer, I don't have no way to do the giveaway tool right now. So that is our problem. That is our problem. I don't know how to solve that problem. Any other way of doing giveaways is kind of like tough, because it's normally you put a word in and then everybody puts a word in and it draws a random person. I don't have access to that like right now. I don't know how to do that portion, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to come up with something else. I don't know what we're gonna do there, but we gotta come up with something else.
How many people are in the are watching?
We got 20 in here right now. Got 20. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Afterwards, go back, leave a comment on the show. Let us know how you think we did this evening.
Bro, you could see like all the people. I can't see nothing. So I'm like a guess, but you could see like everybody that is in the
chat.
In the yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see them name. Let's say comment, but I mean, I know who's active in the chat. Yeah.
Because I was going.
It's
I
my
thought
normal.
it might be like.
Say write it. All right. Yeah, we could do write a number down 1 through 50 before Eartha's special co-host this week. So what we're gonna do is let him pick a number 1 through 50 and write it down, and then we're gonna don't spam the chat with a ton of different answers, though, man. Just put down your first number. I should only have 24 or whatever, however many people we got in here answers. Just pick a number, stick with your number. Don't write 700 numbers. Whoever is the closest without going over will win. First answer is your answer, though.
There's already somebody guessed the number.
Damn, there's already somebody that guessed the number?
Yeah.
Hell, man, you should have let everybody write their number down before you said that. Hey, he don't got good giveaway etiquette yet, man. It's his first time ever live streaming, so W's to him for joining us. But he he ain't mean to ruin it for you. Still put your numbers in there, but apparently we already have a winner. Who is it? Who's the winner, man? Who's the winner?
Uh,
You know what?
I
I'm
really
gonna make them pick another number. Whoever's the winner this time is gonna win a pack. Um, and I'm gonna give away another pack just because I'm in a giving mood right now. So who's the winner? And we'll get this next
13.
one. 13. Who picked 13? Donna. Shout out to you. Donna's the winner for the first pack. You gonna write down another number and you gonna act like don't even look at the chat until they're done answering, man.
Oh shit.
Don't even
All
look at
right.
the chat till they're done answering. We're gonna do it again.
All right. I got you right now.
All right, he's writing it down now. 1 to 50. Numbers 1 to 50. Yeah, Donna, make sure you get at me on Instagram at 703 Grow Bro. Um, we'll get you taken care of.
Congratulations, Donna.
And shout out to you, man. I have not checked my messages yet on Instagram, so I will be checking them. So we do the shows Sundays. I normally make sure I go through them. So let me give y'all just a little background information. I run a company like of my own, right? So like I haven't had an employee in like 2 months, so I'm pretty much working 24 hours a day. So like I'm a little behind on my messages and whatnot. So I take one day to make sure I respond to them every week, and I'm trying to get more time, but I have to hire somebody else to do part of the work. Like the phone's ringing now. I'm probably gonna have to go to work here soon, but that's just life. So I'm running a little behind on messages, but I will be checking them. Normally I do it Sunday, but tomorrow I have a lot of football games with my son. He has 3 games in one day, which is kind of crazy, but
Man,
whatever.
that's
So
crazy.
so Monday is gonna be the day I'm looking at messages and everything this week. So I will be getting back to everyone as soon as possible. But I think everybody should have their tracking numbers already, and packages are all packed up. They just got to get dropped. So should be this week you'll be getting everything. And if you don't have a tracking number, make sure you hit me in my inbox so I can make sure you get one. But yeah, been working a ton, so my schedule's kind of like real strict. I gotta do stuff on certain days, or it gets pushed off until the next certain day. It's been rough.
Sounds like it. Very busy. That was me last week. Kind of this week, but I don't know. It is what it is.
So everybody, make sure you're putting in your new numbers 1 to 50, starting now. Your first answer is your only answer, so please do not spam the chat. One number 1 to 50 for our second winner, so we can make sure we get one more pack given out tonight.
I don't have a pack, but I mean,
I,
I'll
I got a
probably.
pack. We're gonna take care of it. We got it. Don't worry. And if you want to give something out, we can do one more giveaway after.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because I got some extra stuff laying around here. I'm not going to use. I might as well give it away.
All right, we got some numbers going in. We got 22 people in here. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers so far. Get a couple more answers in here. It's already put 69, 1 to 50, John Liz. I love it. My dog. We're gonna make sure to before don't look at it this time, you know, until the end.
I'm smoking now, so
So I'm smoking now. All right, so I'm gonna throw on a song real quick, and after the song's over, we will. Where's it at? Which one do I want? There we go. Good luck, everybody. Put your numbers in. Give you a couple more minutes for everybody to answer. I'm going to step off camera for a minute. I got to hit the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. Enjoy the song. Make sure you put in your entries. Good luck, everyone. It'll be showing the number afterwards. The person closest to the number without going over will be our winner. You get one answer. Your first answer is your only answer. One life, one chance. Let's go. Let's get it. Put your numbers in.
Kevin put me on that beat, man. I'm a mile high. Give credit to Zaza. Genetics. Y'all niggas, we the synthetics. I don't know what you trying to say. Kevin put me on that beat, man. I'm a mile high. Give credit to Zaza. Genetics. Y'all niggas, we the synthetics. I don't know what you trying to say. I'm a mile high. Give credit to Zaza. Genetics. Y'all niggas, we the synthetics. I don't know what you trying to say.
All right, we back. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got. We got a couple new comments. Yeah, Zaz on vacation this week. He will be back next week. We still wanted to bring y'all the show. We know y'all look forward to it. So before Earth stepped up, last minute notice, first time ever streaming. We put on a pretty decent show. We got some numbers in here. What was your number, by the way?
you mean this number coming up?
Yeah, what's your number? What's your number?
I put down 7.
Put down 7.
Somebody
Damn, popping seeds. Popping seeds.
Oh,
Shout out to you. Popping seeds hit number 7 for sure. Popping seeds. Congratulations. Shout out to you. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram.
Congratulations, Papa C.
how it looks on the screen. And we'll get you taken care of, brother. Be on the roadway home for the next show. Yeah, DGC Cup. Shout out to you, John. That's gonna be dope, man. Make sure you get some footage. Um,
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Was anybody going to the DGC Cup?
yeah,
That just slipped my mind, honestly.
yeah. So John's been looking forward to it, talking about it for weeks, man. And he's gonna be out there. With any luck, he'll get some footage for us and post it to the Discord, man, and we'll be able to kind of see his journey out there at the DGC Cup.
Or did he
Something.
enter?
Are you entered in the DGC Cup? What's popping? Thanks for joining, pro. How you doing tonight? What's everybody else doing tonight after the show, man? It's gonna be about that time, you know. We put on a pretty good show for you. We went through the community highlights. John said he didn't enter.
But still, it's going to be a fun ass experience. I
Yeah,
wish
that's
I
gonna be a
could go.
badass trip.
Uh,
We was talking about going at one point, man, but you know, life be life, and then time gets to passing, and the next thing you know, it's here,
my
and you
son
ain't getting nothing.
graduates. I can't miss that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He graduates on the 3rd. I think the DGC Cup is like the 4th or some shit.
Donna says she fitting to go to sleep. Oscar's watching the Knicks lose, and it's heartbroken. Sorry about that, man. It's no good. That is
Lost
no
on your
good.
ticket?
So, that being said, man, we appreciate y'all for joining us. Thanks for rocking with us. We'll catch you the same time, same place next week. Actually, no. Before we go, before said
Hey,
he
yo.
got one more he want to give away.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, that's what I have something I want to give away too. So somebody, we could do the same thing. You pick a number.
I ain't got nothing to write with, so you write down your number. We're
Oh,
gonna stick with the script.
all right.
Everybody in the chat. We did promise one more giveaway.
All
B4's got
right.
something for you. What are you giving away to him tonight?
Well, it's going to be a little roll tray and a pipe and some slaps from Turp Block
Okay, you're giving away a
like this.
rolling tray, a pipe.
Yeah, a little. I don't know. I can't see
Okay, a little pipe.
like this. A rolling tray and a couple slaps.
Hey, my number's
I don't
12.
know.
I'm
It might.
interested in this giveaway. My number's
It might.
12.
There might be. There might be something else. There might be something else in there. Who knows?
Yeah, it might be a little something else that's in there. We'll see. Getting a little pack from the Before Earth, man. All right, number 1 to 50. 1 to 50. Your one choice. Don't spam the chat. First
Don't.
answer is the answer.
Don't fuck it up. Oh, he said.
One shot at it. One number. No spam in the chat. Closest to the number without going over wins. How many answers we got in there before? Are we still getting answers as we speak? I guess. We want to give them all enough time to enter if they want to enter. Give them all enough time. Make sure you get your entries in. You get one opportunity, your first number. We will be going back to check the chat to make sure you don't have multiple guesses. If you do have multiple guesses, we will. I don't know what we'll do, but don't do it. Just don't do it.
We have the same. We have the same guess right there. Two of them.
Two of the same guesses, huh?
Yeah, but it's two don't go over. So I wrote down 30.
You wrote down 30. What do we got?
I think the closest number without going over is I might have seen 24 up there. John Lindsay. John Lindsay. Oh, that's the dude we were just talking to. He said he was
Hey,
going to the
John Lindsay. Hey, John Lindsay is a regular winner on this show. So it's only right that he gets the new something different package from Before Earth. That's
That's
shout out to
crazy.
you, John, man. Thanks for always rocking with us. To the rest of
That's
y'all,
crazy.
we love you. We appreciate you. We look forward to continuing to grow together as a community. Um, Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show tonight as much as we enjoyed bringing you guys the show. Before Earth, anything you want to say to him before we get up out of here?
Thanks for staying here with me. It's my first time out really, you know, not really a public speaker like that, but I guess this ain't too bad. So, but thanks for not being all hard on me, but thanks.
Hey, being all hard on you's crazy. Pause, my guy.
Hey yo,
Hey,
hey yo,
hey,
hey yeah.
shit.
But
Yo, that's crazy.
hey, that was
Yeah,
that was a deep one, bro.
yeah,
Oh,
boss. Yeah. Shout out to you though, man. Thanks for
yeah.
holding me down, man. Really appreciate you. I think the chat really enjoyed the vibe tonight, man. So you did a great job, like they're saying in the chat.
For that last giveaway, John Lindsay, you're gonna have to reach out to me though, for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Make
can
sure
reach.
make sure you give my man Before Earth a follow. Everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Go follow the guy, Team Zaza over here. Um, and John, if you have any trouble getting a hold of him, you've already been in contact with me. Just hit me up and I'll get you over to him. We'll figure it out.
Bro, it's at my email. You can just hit me up on my email, B4 Earth like this right here, but it's 2 dots at Gmail.
Yeah, no underscores. They're dots in the
B
email.
B period 4 period Earth at gmail.com.
There you go. Taken care of. Yeah, just hit
Yeah,
him on
that's
the email,
email.
John.
Bro, it's email.
Simple, super simple. Perfect. That works out for everybody. Shout out to y'all. Um, Before Earth. Appreciate you, brother, man. Everyone else, we look forward to seeing you next week. Episode 11, QCE the podcast. Thanks for joining us. Mad love.